múlẹ̀ forí adé.
ọba wa mú fún táwù.
ọba wa ní ọwọ́.
Ọlátúnjí Hamzat.
ìdọ̀bálẹ̀ là ń kọ́ bá ọ.
ọba wa mú fún táwù.
ọba wa ní ọwọ́.
Ọlátúnjí Hamzat. ẹ̀rù ọba ni mo bà. ọba tó tó bí àró. ọba rẹ̀rẹ̀ bí òṣùn o. ọba tó ẹ̀rù ọba ni mo bà. ọba tó.
àsìkò tirẹ̀ eku ake bí eku ẹyẹ ake bí ẹyẹ ìlú ṣọ́gádé o á tù wá lára wa ẹ̀rù ọba ní àbá ọba tó.
ọba wa mú fún táwù. Ọlátúnjí Hamzat.
ọ̀yá ẹ̀yà rẹ̀ mọ̀ mọ̀ mi ò mọ̀ tí ká má rojú kókókókó ọ̀yá ẹ̀yà rẹ̀ mọ̀ mọ̀ ó jọba borí bọ́ pẹ́ nílẹ̀ àgbèrè adé orí rẹ̀ kò má nípa ẹ̀yìn ìdá àjọba àdádé o.
ọba wa mú fún táwù. Ọlátúnjí Hamzat.
àjíbórìṣà wa.
ọba wa mú fún táwù.
adé ó pẹ́ lórí.
Ọlátúnjí
kí bàtà ó
Hamzat.
pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀.
ọba wa mú
òdòdó títí níjọ́ tí ọba àfọwọ́wà ṣọ́gádé jọba Mufutau Ọlátúnjí Hamzat gbogbo ìlú ló ń rọ́ tìkàtìkà níjọ́ tí wọ́n mú ọ borí ìtẹ́ bàbá rẹ̀ tí gbogbo aráyé wá ń ṣọ́ ní kárekáre ọ̀tọ̀kùlú àti gbogbo èèyàn ní ìṣọba ní kábíyèsí púpọ̀ bá a mọ́lóyè joyè tán ẹni tí ò tiẹ̀ dùn mọ́ rárá wọn alókùkù dùn mọ́ àwọn orí ẹni adálọ́lá kùkù ti dá ìgbà tó dùn yìí ló ní ká Mufutau Ọlátúnjí Hamzat gòkè àgbà ìwọ pápá ìwọ nà ló ní ká mọ́lóyè joyè náà bẹ́ni tí ó dùn mọ́ àgúnlá wọn ọba àfọwọ́wà ṣọ́gádé ti gorí ìtẹ́ bàbá o kádé ó pẹ́ lórí fún bàbá ni bíntín ni wọ́n kì ọ́ délé àfọwọ́wà ṣọ́gádé Mufutau Ọlátúnjí Hamzat mọ̀ṣọ́ba ní kánrin kése kádé ó pẹ́ lórí bàbá àníkílẹ̀kì ó lọ́ra lọ́rùn kí bàtà ó pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ kó o pẹ́ bí mọ́pẹ́ tí pẹ́ láyé kírùkẹ̀rẹ̀ ó jẹjẹjẹ títí kó jẹ dábẹ́rẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá àsìkò tẹ́ ẹ jọba ọ̀fọ̀ọ̀fà ṣọ́gádé kílù ó rójú kí gbogbo olù ó tòrò ní gbùngbàyùngbà ará akémọ̀jò méjì ọmọ ajógbẹ̀rú
ẹrú má jógbẹ̀kọ́
ẹrú kì í sinmi ẹ̀kọ́ ní sinmi iye ní ìdìpó ọmọ onísìnkú iye ní tí kì í ṣòro lọ́gbẹ̀ àfojòsìnkí iye ní ọ̀já àpàrọ̀ kò gbọ́dọ̀ padà gbá ìgánganú rẹ̀ kó má jẹ àfaradúgbò kábíyèsí ní káyé mú bàbá Mufutau Ọlátúnjí Hamzat àfọwọ́wà ṣọ́gádé kó o pẹ́ láyé o kó o lò gbà yí pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ kó o dàgbà lórí oyè níwò lẹ́nu.
adé ó pẹ́ lórí. kí bàtà ó pẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀.
Good day, viewers. We are on to Crown Main Media Services documentary presentation of the royal heritage of His Royal Highness Oba Ọlátúnjí Mufutau Hamzat Ajibosha 1. Kábíyèsí, sir. Can we meet you, sir?
Yes, my names are Oba Mufutau Ọlátúnjí Hamzat Ajibosha 1.
Sir, can you let us into your family background?
I am married and have children, and the children are doing well. I have a harmonious family, no conflict at all, for which I thank God, and we are all living with good health and progress within the members of the family.
Can you let us into your childhood, sir?
I was born here by my father, Pa Ajiborisha Shogoyimbo. He is from Ajitadun in Abeokuta, and my mother is from Boro Shodeke, also at Abeokuta. I grew up as a small child here, attending African primary school at about 2 kilometers to this town. Later, after primary 2, I left this town to Ekpe to go and continue with my primary education, where I finished early 1951 before I came to Lagos to attend secondary school. And it has not been a very easy life actually, because I lost my father in 1948. That's quite a long time ago. So, struggling to make ends meet. My mother, who was a petite reader, cannot cope, you see, because she has 6 children. To cater for all of us was not easy for her. But he loved all of us, he cooperated with us, he did not wash, he did not worry us. So that with the little she has and her support, I've been able to achieve a lot. I thank God for all that.
Can you tell us when you got married, sir?
I married in 1959 and I had my first child in 1960, 28th January 1960. And the boy is now a member of House of Representatives at Abuja. His name is Ganiu Oladojoye Hamzat.
Sir, being a real person, it is African that most of our kings are polygamists. So can you let our viewers know something about your kind of marriage, sir?
Well, I am a polygamist also as a Muslim, and I want to follow the tenet of Islam. That's why I married 4 wives. And I want to thank God that He has been my guidance. He has been assisting us. All our seedlings attended very good schools, and they are all successful today. They are in very important positions of life, so that we don't have cause to have anything against polygamy.
Sir, can you define Afowowa Shogade?
The name came by the action of the founder. The founder, Shogade, that's the name. He was a hunter and he wanted to leave Abeokuta to go and settle in the bush to be nearer to where he'll be hunting. And they contacted the Ifa Oreko, who advised that he should be going into the bush and just be wandering all about. And as he goes on, he should take his hand to dig the ground. And anywhere that he dug the ground, water oozed out. It is there he should stay. And as he was coming on his sojourn, he was doing what he was directed to do. And when he got to this point, he did the same thing and the water came out. So he waited here for a few days before he got back to Abeokuta again to go and invite other people to come and stay with him in the bush, where we'll form a community of their own. Because he dug the water from the sand, that they call the village Afowowa, the river that dig with your hand.
Okay. When exactly was it founded?
We have no date, but from the activities that have been conducted so far, it is over 100 years.
Wow. Sir, history with Ile-Ife is pertinent to Yoruba origination. Can you let us into the history of this town and how it relates to Ile-Ife?
We have no historical background of any type to indicate that our founders came from Ile-Ife. But what we knew is that they came from Abeokuta.
Okay.
And since then, they don't abandon Abeokuta as they stay in the village. At the end of the year or during the year, Ileya festival Christmas, Easter, they go back home to Abeokuta again to go and celebrate it there. At that time, it was a condition by the then Oba, nobody should die in the village and be buried in the village. He must be carried home. And all of us who are their grandchildren have also imbibed that culture. We are here to do farming, but during the festivals, we must go home to go and pay our homage to the Oba.
Thank you, sir. How big is this town, sir?
It's not as big as you could consider as Lagos or Abeokuta itself, but it is big enough, at least as a community, to have a number.
Okay, and how many villages is this surrounded with?
I hold a meeting with about 14 villages. You see, 14 villages.
Okay. Sir, can you tell us various festivals that you have here?
Here we have only one festival, you see, which is very unique and which comprises of our songs here and in other towns. The festival is derived from the attitude of our great fathers that once a year they will go take their cutlasses, go and prepare the road, repair it, cut all the grasses, all the bushes that can disturb them from entering into the town, you see. And when they are doing that, they invite 4 people to prepare what they will eat after this, after cutting all the roads, tilling the ground. And since then, we have been doing it. Now it is a very big occasion. You see, we give the opportunity to 4 children, 4 people of the village, of the town, to cook for us. They prepare it. We now call it a forward day, a forward sugar day. That day is a very unique occasion. There are other things that members of each family in their own houses do, you see, but which any other house may not participate. But this one, which is for the whole of the town, it connects all of us, and it has been a very great festival.
Yes. Sir, can you tell us how many royal families you have in this town?
We have only one, and fortunately for us, there has never been an Oba here before. I'm the first person to be installed as a crown beaded Oba in this town.
Okay, sir. Can you tell us what religion exactly is practiced here?
Well, we practice the 3 religions. Why call it 3? The Islamic religion, the Christian religion, and the traditional religion. The 3 are present here.
Okay. So can you let us into your Oriki and the meaning of the Oriki?
Well, the Oriki, ara ke majo meji, ọmọ ajógbẹ̀rú màjógbẹ̀kọ, ẹrú ní sìn ní ẹ̀kọ́ kìí sìnìyàn. Ara ke iye ní ìjípò, ọmọ oníṣìn, ọmọgi wẹ́wẹ́ tí sowó níjànlóró. Ara ke òjá àpàrọ̀ kó pàdágbá, ìgángán ọ̀nú rẹ̀ rí kó má jẹ, abara dúdú họ. That's a brief one of it.
Okay.
The meaning is that our people used to dance during the olden days, and they tell the people when they are dancing that we are dancing. We don't want to take a call from you, but we want slaves.
Okay.
You see, so and wherever they dance, then they will give them a slave who they will take home, who will be serving them. So that has been the beginning of the Oriki. And then they tell them that the good fish in the stream, Adagba is not one of them. But the one they are asking our family to eat is the good fish in the stream around, and not Adagba. Adagba is like lizard. And they say, do not eat that, but the best ones.
Sir, when talking about politics, we have it on a good authority that you should be able to tell us about Nigerian politics, especially in the 60s.
Well, it may be true that I've been in politics. I started in 1962. That has been a long time.
Yeah, long time.
And I've assumed so many important positions. You see, I started with being the secretary of the ward and a member of the executive of the party. Later, I contested to the House of Assembly in Lagos State, the first House of Assembly, and I won on the platform of UPN. As I was sworn in the legislature and took my position, I was invited by the then governor, Lateef Jakonde, to become a commissioner in his cabinet. So I relinquished the post as a member of the legislature and took up the appointment as commissioner, which I did for 4 years and 3 months before the intervention of the military in December 1983. And since then, I've been an active party man, taking one position or the other. At the time, I was the national auditor of the party, national auditor of the party. Later, I was a member of the national executive. Later, I was the national vice chairman, Southwest, of the party. I'm still a frontliner of the party today. It has been part of my life, and I really enjoyed it.
So can you tell us what the occupation of the people of Afowa Shogade is?
Well, in this town, predominantly, they are peasant farmers. You see, but the farmers have not been assisted by government. They have been tilling the ground in the old traditional way with their hands, cutlasses, and hoes. You see, it is a subsistence agriculture. You see, the government has not come to their aid where they will be producing commercially, but just for them to eat and then sell whatever remains. That's their occupation.
So how would you describe the presence of Ewekoro cement factory that is located here in your town?
It was during the era of Shikobafa Awolowo that the company was founded, and a member of our constituency here, Apa Adegbenro, was the facilitator that brought Ewekoro here, and also the product is found here, so that made them to come here. It has been a blessing in disguise. First, sited in the locality provides employment for some people here, but the danger of inhaling cement by people who are living around, the danger cannot be calculated. And Ewekoro is not doing much about it at all. So that's why I say it is also a benefit, it's also a danger for our people.
So is there anything you're doing towards that, sir?
Well, we have started holding meetings. You see, at least perhaps the company can be doing something for medical checkup for our people and also provide drugs, you see, as it is done elsewhere in overseas countries. So we are trying to meet them up with that and see at least a sort of relief for our people. Many people would have died because of inhaling of these things, but it's not known to them.
Yeah.
It's not known. They don't know.
Their ignorance of it.
About it.
Sir, what are the developmental challenges that you have in this town, sir?
Well, they are great. See, very, very great. Infrastructure is there. And when you are coming, I don't know which route you took, you will have seen that it is personal effort
Yes.
That's why I said to open up the road. I hope with this personal effort, we can now go before the government and say, well, look at our effort. This is what we can do. Can you do this or do that for us? Even the school there is not enough. You see, it's also built by personal effort. It's not government that built it. So, this electricity is provided by me, not the government. I expect the government to come and extend it from where I get here to other villages also. Then water, I'm just doing borehole to provide water. Although it is the stream that all of us drank before we grew up like this, but I doubt whether I can still drink it as of today, because I have been called short for another type of water. Maybe if I drink it today, I'll be endangering my life. So if we have pipe-borne water, it will be drinkable to everyone. Also, I'm providing a vocational center there, which I think the government can come to upgrade, you see, and make it open to all children of the state, not of my local government area alone. So this, I want government to come and intervene, you see, to assist us in doing.
Thank you, sir. We learned you have done a lot for this town. So what other vision do you have for this town, sir?
Well, I want the town to be equal, you see, with other towns. Let me limit myself to the state and not talk of the whole country alone. I mean, all other facilities that have been enjoyed in other localities, I want the people of this town to enjoy it also, particularly those that are provided by the government.
Okay. So to round the whole thing up, what advice do you have for your people, both young and old, especially the young ones who are eventually going to become the leaders of this town in the nearest future?
Right, the first one is cooperation. I want all of them to cooperate with me, to make my work easy, to make it light. And also, the parents also should not play with education. They must ensure that their children go to school and they pay all their dues as required by government. Because if there's no education, there's nothing one can do in the developmental efforts of today. So education is very important. I want all my subjects to hold it like that and not to play with it.
Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate your kind gesture towards us and your hospitality. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm not Alhaji Hamzat now. I think the first Jakande government was around 79. I'm known him to be a very gentleman, highly disciplined, and very religious Yoruba elder. As far as request for constitutional rule for the Yorubas, I, Rilwan Babatunde Akiolu, by the grace of God Almighty and which of my people have Lagos today, I'm against it. I don't want any constitutional rule. Those who are doing it, if there is anything, we should be able to check them. But when you go and descend so low, you said you want to be a minister or something. During the days of immediately this is not the first military regime. One prominent Oba in Yoruba land here and some Obas somewhere who are ministers or somewhere. Don't you see when they say they were charged for something? Kò sí nǹkan tí wọ́n á lé ayé mi tọ́lọ́run tí fún mi. Ìtẹ́lẹ́rùn òun lójú. But they should give us our dues and put us in our own position. There are certain things in the present system which I don't like. They can't place commissioners, chairmen of local government above us. That one I don't agree with it. If the British people who succeeded in deceiving King Dosunmu to take the administration of Lagos away from him does not happen, the Oba will be in charge of everything. They are the true representative of their people and representative of God Almighty. That is why any monarch or any king who uses his position
to oppress people is ungodly, is unreligious, and it's not fair. But bílù òṣùgbò máa di ìlú nǹkan tí ò bá yẹ kí n gbà, no matter how influential or how authoritative the person in power is, I will not accept it. I wish him all the best. What I wish for myself, because Obala Akinjojo is a father. I respect him a lot. I've had many things to do with him. He's a gentleman to the core. His yes is yes and his no is no, and he's very, very caring and loving, but very firm and very strict. I will add this, now that God has taken him to the desired enviable position, anything partisan politics, he should keep away from it. But at the same time, he should be the defender of his people. There are certain things which you ought to dabble into when things are not going right. You should be able to do that, and you should try to be father of all. What he did not accept as a God-beloved person, he should not begin to accept it as a monarch. Somebody yanda, Alhaji Hamzat da, ó dẹ̀ lóòótọ́. Me, I don't respect people because you are an elderly person, you are rich. It doesn't mean I don't care about all those things. I cherish genuine friendship. To nífẹ̀ẹ́ èèyàn tó wẹ̀ dẹ̀ dá, tó dẹ̀ níbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run àbọ̀bọ̀. I think you can reckon with Alhaji Hamzat when it comes to that. Ọlọ́run kọ́ gbogbo àmọ́ ṣe.
Ademorinpe is my name. I'm the Honorable Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs in Lagos State. Well, Alhaji Olatunji Hamzat, Kabiyesi, my relationship with him is a long-term relationship that has been for years of mutual political relationship, of tutelage under him, and father-son relationship, leader-follower relationship, people who are aspiring to leave the kind of legacy that they have left in governance of Lagos State. Well, I think the royal fathers should maintain the honor of being the custodian of our tradition and values and leave government to the politicians. Because of course you know that the moment they begin to take part in the issue of governance, then it will be far-fetched before the integrity and the honor of the office they occupy begin to be dragged in the mud. Well, I want to congratulate Baba on his coronation. I want to wish him successful reign. I want to wish that his community will begin to witness tremendous development under him. I want to wish him peace and harmony for the people, prosperity of his people, of the community that he represents.
Kabiyesi is one of our strong political leaders in the Action Congress of Nigeria. His leadership is not just in the Action Congress of Nigeria, he's been involved in the political life of this country right from the days of Awolowo. He was actually a commissioner in the administration of Alhaji Lateef Jakonde in Lagos. So he's been active over many decades in the political terrain of this country. I became closer to him when we formed the Action Congress of Nigeria and formed the Alliance for Democracy. And he eventually became the chairman of the Southwest of our party in the Yoruba speaking area. And it continued for many years. And we developed a strong personal relationship because I see him as a calm, cool, reserved person who displayed a lot of maturity in the handling of the affairs of the party, which on many occasions could be very turbulent. It is the right of Alhaji Hamzat by birth, and he has a good pedigree. He is a tested leader who is highly capable and who add value and access to his community. So his choice is on merit. No governor can ignore the man of the caliber of Oba Hamzat in terms of the lofty program, ideas and development that his personality could bring to his community. I would rather say that the community must thank God that we have a man of his caliber coming to the throne.